Hello everyone, this is Shlok, and this video is going to be rather interesting because we take a mock AI interview together where I'll be taking you through what kind of interface we can expect, and I'll also be sharing the kind of questions that the AI is capable of asking us. In addition to that, we'll also be seeing what is the latest news about the competency assessment. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first most crucial piece of information that we have from NMIMS is the fact that their interview is going to be a 30-minute long AI based interview. So this was something that I had mentioned in one of my previous videos, and it turns out that is what we have here today, and it has been confirmed on the official NMIMS website that I'll be linking down below, so please be sure to check that out. In addition to that, there is yet another update that the competency test is just going to be 45 minutes long, and this is rather a shocker to me because the NMAT used to be 120 minutes long and it now has only 20% weightage, but the competency test with a 50% weightage is only 45 minutes long. So it really, there is a very small margin of error in this particular exam, and if this exam goes well for you with that 50% weightage, you can do phenomenally well and a great college can come your way. The next crucial aspect I wanted to touch upon was that of what kind of AI assisted interview we can expect, and what is going to be the kind of logistics with which this whole interview process is going to go. So my interactions with my peers who have interviewed for Great Lakes Institute of Management have told me that it could be two kinds of interviews. The first kind could be where the system asks you standard questions. So standard questions are the ones that have already been fed into the system by probably the university or maybe the proctor who is handling this whole process. So these are standard questions, and these questions would not be changed according to your responses. So you shouldn't expect follow-up questions in such a kind of interview, which is the standard question type interview. In the second type of an AI assisted interview, we have the ones which we have the AI algorithm which learns on the basis of your responses, and it has the capability to ask you questions based on what you've just said. So for example, you mention a particular leadership role that you have been on. The AI assisted system can go on and ask you what were the particular hurdles you faced in that particular leadership role. So those are the main two kinds of AI assisted interviews that we can expect. In addition to that, I also wanted to cover some of the things that I've read on Reddit. Of course, Reddit, you cannot say with 100% surety that this information is legit, but from what I've read, I would love to share what kind of questions Great Lakes Institute of Management's AI system had asked the interviewees. So without further ado, let's get into that. One of the questions was, can you tell me about your academic, professional, and extracurricular achievements? Second question was, can you tell me about a situation where you displayed leadership skills and resolved conflict in a group or a team activity? Who or what inspired you to pursue an MBA? That's the third question. Then again, tell me about yourself is a standard question type. Leadership qualities. What kind of qualities set you apart? Then explain a challenging academic project you faced and how you fared in it. What do you expect to gain out of this program that we are offering? So those are the general kind of questions. As I said, HR questions are mainly the kinds that are gonna rule the AI assisted space, and I do not expect any kind of current affairs to come in an AI assisted interview because they are mainly trying to gauge your communication skills. So I think that is what the AI assisted interview is going to test, and that's a little bit what I have so far gathered about this whole AI assisted system. All right, so what are the companies that these institutes are going to be using in order to facilitate their whole AI assisted process? And from what I've heard from my peers is that Talently.ai is the company that is being used by Great Lakes Institute of Management in order to conduct their AI interviews. In addition to that, we have one more a fairly important name which goes by the name of Udemy. So that is what we know about the kind of companies that are taking care of this whole process. In addition to that, I'll also be taking you through the process of Talently.ai. For example, I'll be giving an interview myself through the whole Talently AI interface. So just in case if Talently AI is what NMIMS ends up using, we would already be familiar with the kind of interface that we can expect, what kind of questions it can ask, and anything of that sort. So having a fair idea of that would really help us out. So for the sake of time, I won't really be diving deep into my very own answers because it's a 4-minute long video that I've shot, but I'll be covering what all questions the AI is asking me. And you can also check in the box that will be there in the right side of the screen, where you can see my responses as well. So you would also find out that the AI is actually adapting the kind of questions it is asking me on the basis of my responses. So this Talently.ai actually falls in the second type, which is one of the smarter AI interviewees out there. So that is one very important factor. One more important thing I figured out is they are not asking more than 3 to 4 questions. So that is one important aspect. And we need to be very, very sensitive. I'm sure we are not going to probably take this at home, but let's say if we need to be hyper sensitive about the kind of internet connection that we would be having, which, because it is crucial for such an interview to take place. Additionally, these sites also have a particular section in them where you can go on and start practicing your own interviews. So for example, if you want to get ready for an AI assisted interview, you can go on these sites and take one mock interview yourself, which really acquaints you with the whole process, and I'll be linking them down below as well. So this is something I very much recommend. And with that out of the way, I'll be now jumping right into my very own interview to show you how this whole process is going to work. So let's get started. Yet another thing I wanted to share before I jump into that section is the fact that you also get a report in your mail while you take such an interview, and I'll also be going through that report once you go through the interview, which will help you understand what kind of feedback these particular startups or these particular organizations are going to be giving the institutes that we are interviewing for. So with that we'll understand what kind of feedback is given to the institutes, which helps them gauge our candidature. So that is also something that is up and coming in this particular video. So stay tuned and let's get started.
Good day, Schlock. It's great to have you here. I hope you're having a good day so far. I am Talently AI, and I will be conducting your interview today. So are you ready to start this interview?
I'm ready to start this interview.
Excellent. Schlock. Let's start with the first question. Can you describe a scenario from your past roles where you successfully led a team through a complex project, particularly focusing on how you managed diverse team dynamics and ensured effective communication?
So I on a day-to-day manage my very own event management business, and in this I lead at least 10 to 15 technicians.
It's great to hear about your role in managing a diverse team within your event management business. Could you provide a specific example of an especially complex project you led, detailing the particular challenges you faced and how you overcame them with effective communication?
One of the most challenging projects I've led was one with about 1,000 audience, and I had to not only manage their requirements in terms of entertainment.
Thank you for sharing that detailed example, Schlock. It sounds like a challenging situation that required quick thinking and action. Now let's move on to the next question. Discuss your experience with using advanced analytical tools like RPython or Tableau in a professional setting. How did you apply these tools to solve a real-world business problem?
That's not something we use in our business, and also that I'm from a commerce or finance background. These are not some of the tools that either I even require or either have recommended in my business.
Thank you for explaining your background and how these tools relate to your business, Schlock. Let's move on to the final question. Reflecting on your career, how have you leveraged your professional network to foster both personal growth and organizational development?
One of the biggest accomplishments that I've had in my business is that I was able to get a client that provides a substantial chunk of our revenue, and how I got that client was through casual networking, and eventually converted into a client. So that is how I leveraged my professional network for organizational development and top line growth.
It's impressive how your networking efforts translated into significant business opportunities. It seems like cultivating relationships has played a key role in growing your organization. Thank you for sharing that, Schlock. This concludes our interview. I appreciate the time and insights you've shared with me today. Thank you once again. Interview I is completed. Goodbye, and wish you continued success.
So here we have the report of what Talently.ai has shared with me, and apparently my score is just 46.7%. But I think I don't have much to worry about. I did not take this interview very, very seriously. I just wanted to share what Talently.ai is asking me. So that's a little bit about this. In addition to that, actually I took the paid version of the report as well in order to show you, and it shows you improvement areas, it shows you weaknesses, it shows you how to turn those weaknesses into opportunities, harness your strengths with confidences, and it also gives you a score on the basis of your particular question. Every question it scores you, and it also tells the institutes that what kind of answer you gave on those particular questions. So with that, we understand what is going to be the scope of these interviews. All right, so for some parting thoughts, I think I'm done with all I had to say about this AI assisted interview. I think the mock is going to come out or not. I'm really not sure if the mock competency test is coming out. I'm not sure about that, but if it does, I'm definitely going to take that mock ASAP, and I'll be posting about it sooner than that. I'll try to post it as soon as possible. So please subscribe for that if you haven't already. I will also be coming up with content related to other interview aspects, for example, how to cover your past acads and so on, which I truly expect for a lot of freshers and even working professionals when interviewers try to gauge whether they are still in touch with their fundamentals or not. So I think I'll be making a lot of content on that, so please subscribe for that if you haven't already. In addition to that, one more aspect I wanted to discuss is the fact that we have hit 1,000 subscribers. I think 1,100, more than 1,100, as I'm recording this video, and I had not expected this kind of engagement ever on any of my videos. If you asked me maybe 2 months ago, I would say that not more than 500 people would watch my videos, but here we are. We have reached, I think, thousands of people. And I was writing the MyCat last when was the MyCat? It was on the 25th. And I was surprised when people actually recognized me and came up to me. And Akshay, I remember the names as well. Akshay and Abhishek reached out to me and said, I think, hi Shlok Bhagwat, we've seen your videos, we've interacted in the comment section. And if you do end up seeing me, please reach out to me. It feels amazing to be actually able to meet the people that have been watching some of your videos, and to be able to see that if my videos really helped you or not. So that is something that really truly means a lot to me, and I want to truly thank anyone that enjoys my videos or watches them for that matter. So thank you so much. Thank you.